Hi friends, Jen the Money Medium here. How are you today? I want to talk today about what it's like when you're exceeding a set point. What are set points? And how to deal with anxiety or worry that can arise when you're beginning to get to a place that is sort of pushing through or challenging your present set points. And how are set points even set? I mean, how do they get set, right? If you think about it, an easy way to think about this is to look at your set point for certain foods. Maybe you have a certain set point on how much you'll spend on granola bars, how much you'll spend on cereal, how much you'll spend on chips or a treat or a bottle of water, right? Maybe a bottle of water that's $2.50 is like a normal spend, but you'll see there's a broad range. You could buy a bottle of water that is $10. And say if those are the same size, which one are you going to get and why? Most people would probably get the $2.50 bottle of water. Shouldn't even be talking about bottled water these days, but it's a metaphor for your mind to work with. But a select few would get the $10 bottled water. Now, the difference is all it is a set point. That person that buys the $10 bottled water has probably bought that water, loves that water, and is used to spending that amount of water. It doesn't mean they have lower set points in other places. Maybe when they go shopping for clothes, their set point is really low. Maybe they don't like to spend more than $20 for a t-shirt, whereas the person who got the $2.50 bottle of water might have a set point of $100 for a t-shirt. So we all have these little set points on everything that live in our subconscious that make decisions for us all the time. Now, when you become aware of that and you start to up level in your life, which we'll be talking about in another video, those set points get challenged, and it can actually bring on a lot of anxiety or worry. But the truth is, when you're challenging a set point, the anxiety or worry is coming from this deep place within you that thinks if you spend, $1 more than you're used to spending on a carton of eggs, that somehow that money is never going to come back to you. It's just, you're going to blow the whole budget and be poor and homeless, right? By spending just $1 more. That's what happens on the inside, right? So it feels safer to stick to those set points that you've always had. Now, set points can be learned from our parents. They can be passed down from our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and our parents would have taken them on, and then we took them on. Could be set points around prices for housing. Whenever somebody says, oh, that's expensive, it's always a perspective based on that person's set point, right? So I hope you understand where I'm going with and what I mean by set points. So that and trust me, you want to challenge your set points. If you know that you always buy things sort of in that general area of cost, challenge yourself every once in a while you can challenge the set point upward, or you can even challenge it downward, right? Some people that are used to buying the $10 bottle of water, suddenly when they're in a place and that bottle of water isn't available, they have a really hard time buying the $2.50 bottle of water, right? So, but because you want it to be fluid, if you're stuck on the price of something, you're not actually listening to what you really want. You're just following the pattern of numbers connected to your subconscious. So challenge yourself to spend a little more on something that you're not used to spending more on, and also challenge yourself to spend less on places where you normally spend more, so that your spending becomes more aligned with what you want in that moment rather than what you're just used to robotically. Okay? Now, when anxiety or worry arise when you're working with set points, either up or down, that's just because a deep part of your subconscious that's used to making automatic choices is being challenged. And it can feel really uncomfortable. Some people have a really hard time with change. If you're somebody who has a hard time with change, changing set points is going to be a really difficult one for you. Even if it's a small increment, you might have budgets so tight that there's no room. Create room in that budget for expansion, growth, fluidity. Okay? So something that you can do when and if anxiety starts to arise when you're working with a set point is to remind yourself that money is in constant flow. Money is always coming to me. When I spend money, more money is coming in to replenish. Money is always in constant flow. Whether it's in your life or in the stock market, it's movement. Money moves, right? We don't get a paycheck and keep that paycheck for the rest of our lives. It does all kinds of different things, and it moves through the economy and through the world. So that idea of, ooh, that's my money, I've got to keep my money, and that money's going to stay the same forever, if you really think about it, that's a non-truth. So remind yourself that money is fluid, it's always moving, and it's okay when you spend money, more money's going to come. In fact, if you begin up-leveling your life, which we'll talk about in another video, what you'll start to see is that more money comes to support what you want if you allow it to be fluid. But when you become strict with money, it doesn't move as much. It doesn't have as much fluidity. And for that matter, you don't need to attract more to you. So if you want to know what you're capable of as a human being, which is really unlimited, it's an unlimited space, what every human being is capable of, challenge those set points. Challenge the amount of money that you allow into your life, that you even acknowledge that you want to flow into your life, right? Start by acknowledging that you want the organic strawberries instead of the regular strawberries. Little things. Okay? Lots of love. I'm Jen the Money Medium. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you soon.